Kenji, weighed down by a grudge he had been holding for years, approached the wise Zen master. The bitterness in his heart had turned into a burden he could no longer carry. Kenji asks the master, "How can I let go of the anger I feel towards someone who hurt me deeply? It follows me everywhere, and I can't seem to be free of it."
Kenji, let me tell you the story of two travelers, Daichi and Sora, and how they learned the true weight of a grudge. Daichi and Sora were monks who traveled from village to village, offering help to those in need. One day, as they journeyed through the countryside, they came upon a swollen river. Standing at the edge of the river was a woman, looking helpless and unable to cross. Without hesitation, Daichi approached the woman and offered to carry her across the river. Grateful, the woman accepted. Daichi lifted her onto his back and carefully waded through the rushing waters, while Sora followed closely behind. Once they reached the other side, the woman thanked Daichi and went on her way. The two monks continued their journey in silence, but after some time, Sora's face grew dark with anger. "Why did you carry that woman?" Sora finally asked, his voice sharp. "We are monks. We are not supposed to have contact with women, and yet you carried her across the river as if it were nothing." Daichi, calm and unbothered, turned to Sora and said, "I set the woman down by the river hours ago, but it seems you are still carrying her." Sora's eyes widened as he realized the truth of Daichi's words. While Daichi had physically carried the woman for only a few minutes, Sora had been carrying the burden of anger and judgment ever since. His grudge had weighed on him far longer than the act itself, causing him more pain than the brief encounter at the river ever could. As the two continued their journey, Sora began to understand the futility of holding on to his anger. He realized that carrying grudges was like carrying a heavy load that only grew heavier with time. The more he held on to his resentment, the more it consumed him, while Daichi, who had let go of the event immediately, moved forward in peace. By the time they reached their destination, Sora's anger had melted away, replaced by a newfound sense of freedom. He had learned that holding on to grudges only caused more suffering, and that true peace came from letting go. Years later, as Sora reflected on that journey, he understood that life was full of moments where people would hurt him, intentionally or unintentionally. But holding on to that pain only served to weigh him down. By letting go of grudges, he could live with a light heart, free from the bitterness that once clouded his mind.
Kenji sat quietly, realizing that he, like Sora, had been carrying a burden far heavier than the original hurt itself.
Kenji, the grudge you carry is like a stone in your heart. The longer you hold it, the heavier it becomes. Set it down, and you will feel the lightness of peace once more.
Kenji left the temple with a sense of clarity. He understood that to be truly free, he needed to let go of the anger that had been weighing him down. This story teaches us that holding on to grudges only causes more pain than the initial hurt itself. Just as Daichi let go of the woman he carried across the river, we too must let go of the emotional burdens we carry if we wish to live in peace.